DK2-Guard is a nobody. He's a black van, he's a repaint of Ironhide, and that's all he is. He's a Diaclone character, but he makes being just a black repaint or just a black van repaint his entire thing. Like, this is arguably the best version of this mold, and I think that it's really easy to say. He does share parts with the Siege one, like the back and the wheels and the tires hanging off the back, but it's fine. He ends up making it look really good. Now, this was just like a cheap, easy retool so that way they could do Ironhide and Ratchet from it, but Guard really does wear it well. The biggest complaint a lot of people have is the mismatched windows, and I'm kind of in the same camp. I wish they were either all clear or all solid, no in-betweens, but still, he does look great. It's a very, very handsome truck mode, and I think it's definitely worth having the collection, especially if you already have the 86 Ironhide and Ratchet and you kind of want this mold. I think this is the best way to get it, especially because it's only $8 at Ross. For comparisons, here he is with 86 Ironhide, like I just mentioned, and the animated Auto Trooper, his previous like incarnation or mold. Then we also have RTS Jazz, Legacy Crankcase, and of course, it wouldn't be one of mine without Machine Wars Hoist. If you like my channel's content, consider supporting it with a channel membership with the join button below. Thank you. I think this is the best usage of this Earth mode tooling. I haven't even handled Earth Ratchet or Earth Ironhide, but yeah. Starting us off, what you want to do is what I like doing is folding this forward and then tilting these outward. It essentially unlocks this part a little bit and lets you slide it off with ease. And from here you can either remove the blaster or you can leave it in there. I'm going to remove it for sake of accessories later. Close that up, fold these up, and there you have the riot shield. You can also slide this part forward. It slides back and forth, and that gives you like a 4-barrel blaster cannon. But for now, we're going to plug that in, slide that down, and we'll come back to that. Now what we have is the Siege alt mode, which is the main problem that a lot of people have with this, is that you can effectively take this part and plug it onto the Siege figure, and you have the exact same like toy. But yeah, we're going to start off by lifting this forward and then splitting the back of the truck open, and folding these panels out, and that allows you to bring the legs out, fold the bumper down, and then you want to rotate this entire top section, and from here rotate these inward until they click, fold these down. Now the tolerances on my DK2-Guard are a little loose. Bring these out, flip this back, but not before you bring up this, which locks the shoulders in place, and then tap that in, then bring this down. And now there is slots on the windshield, right? There are these 2 slots on the windshield and these 2 tabs on the chest. I don't like locking those in because it actually puts stress on the windshield and makes it crack, and it holds up there pretty nicely anyways, so I don't do it, you know. But from there, you can then give him his riot shield. Boom. And there is DK2, and you can see like just kind of how loose the tolerances are. But yeah, there's DK2-Guard in his robot mode, looking pretty snazzy. Guard's robot mode is absolutely fantastic. Now, no one ever said the Siege Ironhide mold was bad, and this head sculpt on here, I don't know if it's reused from the Siege one, but it does look very, very good here, reused from the Earthrise one. His weapons and loadout are absolutely incredible, and he just looks powerful and imposing. He is that Ironhide stature, and I really like the way that the riot shield sits on the arm, that he can kind of reach around his chest to do it. He looks great. It's a very cool looking robot. Black and red, yes, sign me up. Everything on here looks great, even the reused Siege parts. It does have a kind of Netflix sound wavy feel to it, but he still looks good and can store his accessories and is like very clean. Like, the transformation leaves very little kibble, which I absolutely love. It's just a cool robot with cool details and a good look. He's stocky, he's strong, he's just fantastic. And again, if you are into the movieverse, this guy would look great next to that Wrecker's Hound. Here he is for comparison with 86 Ratchet, so you can see he's about the same height, and the animated Auto Trooper. Here he is with animated Prowl, Generations Chromia, Machine Wars Hoist, because of course, and Laserfire and Shattershock, all for size comparison. Articulation on DK2-Guard is pretty good. If you see my review on the Auto Trooper, which shares like a ton of the engineering with this guy, then you know that it's good. But we're going to cover it here once again, and we'll cover some of the details as well, because this is a bit of a different mold. Starting us off at the head, there is a ball joint, although it is very, very limited. It's basically only a swivel. It does have a platform that you can tilt down and back. The arms rotate 180 or 360, go out a little bit above 90 there. That's pretty good. Full bicep swivel there. Slightly past 90 at the elbow, as well as a wrist swivel, so that's pretty good. He has a 180 at the waist. His legs go up that far, back that far, out that far. That's pretty good. And he has a thigh swivel, 90 degree at the knees, maybe slightly past 90, and he has a pretty good ankle pivot. So very good articulation on this guy. As far as accessories go, does have his little blaster, which is fun. That's nice. Setting him off to the side, he also has the top of the van mode, and you can kind of do a few things with this. It can kind of like flip up like that and flip out like this, and there's some fan modes where you like plug this right here and it's like the battle sled sort of, and you can also store it back there as you saw for the transformation. But it also has this mode where there's this slider right here, slide that forward, and now it's like an arm mounted rocket cannon thing. Or you can just leave it like that and it's a riot shield. I've lately liked sticking it up on the shoulder right there. So overall, pretty fun guy with some pretty good accessories and nice reuse of engineering here.
DK2-Guard is a fantastic figure who looks great in a Diaclone lineup. I think he's absolutely fantastic and is worth the asking price that he is at Ross. Now, is he right for your collection? He's a literal nobody who really only gets by on the fact that he's a black repaint from Diaclone. And if that's not enough for you, then maybe you can flavor him as movie Ironhide, but again, that's a bit of a stretch. He looks great with the other Diaclone dudes, looks fantastic in the lineup, and I'm going to throw him on my record shelf with all my other Diaclone stuff. And if you can find him at Ross, I think that's a great price for him, and you should definitely pick him up, especially if you already have the 86 Ratchet and Ironhide, because this is going to be the way that you want to enjoy this mold, because they're not going to do this guy again. But with that said, thank you for watching. Let me know if you have this figure down below. Let me know what you'd like to see next down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. And since I have your attention, make sure to click the 2 videos next to DK2-Guard, and I'll see you in those as well.